Good morning students. Our chapter number 8 winds, storms and cyclones is going on. In the first three period we learn about air exerts pressure, some activities which shows that high speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure, air expand on heating, and wind currents are generated due to the uneven heating on the earth. Today we will see the remaining part of this chapter. Now see our next point, thunderstorm and cyclones. Thunderstorm. Thunderstorms develop in hot, humid tropical areas like India very frequently. In India, again and again thunderstorm will be occurs. Again and again thunderstorm will be developed. Thunderstorm अवकाळी पाऊस ज्याला म्हणू शकतो आपण किंवा गडगडाटी वादळासहित पाऊस पडतो त्याला thunderstorm. It is very frequently. It will be observed in India again and again, and the rising temperature produces strong upward rising winds. Strong upward rising winds because it is a hot humid area. It is a hot humid tropical areas. Because of that, sunlight is more and temperature is more. Because of the high temperature, air will be heated up, and in the same way, in the same situation, water also heated up and water will be converted into the water vapor, and when the air will be goes upside, that time these winds carries water droplets upwards, and where they get freeze and fall down again, we are aware about the water cycle, and the swift movement of falling water droplets along with the rising air create lightning and sound, and this fast process of the falling droplets along with the rising air, that creates a lightning and sound, and this, it is the event that we call thunderstorm, and we will learn about the lightning process in higher classes. Now see, suppose thunderstorm will be occur with the lightning, that time what we have to do, what we have to take precautions. First one, do not take shelter under a isolated tree. We do not take the shelter in the under the isolated tree, damaged, like just like in a damaged tree, it will be fallen down on our body and it is harmful for us. If you are in a forest, take shelter under a small tree. We have, suppose we are in a forest and that time thunderstorm will be occur, we have to take shelter in a small tree, under the small tree, and do not lie on the ground. When you are in a forest area, because many big trees are there, maybe therefore they may will be fallen down on our body. Next one, do not take shelter under an umbrella with a metallic end. I want to mention here, metals and metal is a good conductor of electricity and good conductor of heat also. That's why when lightning will be occur, we are aware about the lightning process, and when lightning process वीज ज्यावेळेस चमकते किंवा खाली पडते वीज, त्यावेळेस तो जो मेटॅलिक कंडक्टर आहे तो मेटल हा कंडक्टर सारखा ऑपरेट होतो, आणि त्यामुळे ते जो कोणी तो मेटॅलिक मटेरियल हातामध्ये पकडून थांबलेला आहे त्याच्यासाठी ते हार्मफुल आहे. डू नॉट टेक अ शेल्टर अंडर अन अम्ब्रेला with metallic end. Do not sit near a window. Open garages, storage sheds, metal sheds are not safe places to take shelter. Do not sit near a window because of a high wind speed, many more articles, many more materials will be blown with the air, and that will be hit on the window. For that purpose we do not sit near a window. In open garages, because of that same, storage sheds, metal sheds are not safe places to take a shelter. I already told about the metal material. And storage sheds and open garages, because of that heavy wind speed, rooftops will be removed, blown by the air. A car or bus is a safe place to take a shelter. If you are in a water, go out and go inside the building. If you are in a water, get out and go inside the building. Take a safer place, because water also good conductor of heat and electricity, it is harmful for you. Then how a thunderstorm becomes a cyclone. You know that water requires heat when it changes from liquid to vapor state. We are aware about that when water will be boils, that time water heat required, and then it will be changes into the liquid to vapor state. And thus the water gives back heat when vapor condenses into liquid, and when it converted into the liquid, that time it will be releases heat into the atmosphere. And can you recall the experience to support this? Now we will see this point and then you realize that what will be happen. Structure of cyclone. Structure structure of cyclone. Now here I will show you diagram and then I will explain you. Here the center of the cyclone is a calm area. It is called eye of the storm. Here figure 8.11, formation of the cyclone, it's shown here. And here in the middle eye is written. This is the eye of the cyclone and it is in a calm area. Of the cyclone. A cyclone is violently rotating mass of air in the atmosphere. You can see in the direction of the air when it is moving around that eye. 10 to 15 kilometer high. 10 to 15 kilometer high. Here you can, in the left hand side, here 15 kilometer upper side it is shown, from ground level to upper level, high level, 15 kilometer high, 10 to 15 kilometer high. The diameter of the eye is varies from 10 to 30 kilometer. 10 to 30 kilometer. Downside it is given 10 to 30 kilometer diameter. It is a region free of clouds and has a light winds around this calm and clear eye. In the middle dotted lines are shown, and around this calm area there is a cloud region about 150 kilometer in size. 150 kilometer in size. After to 10 to 30, here left hand side and right hand side 200 it is shown. That shows about 150 kilometer in size. In the region there is a high speed winds 150 to 250 kilometer per hour and thick clouds with heavy rain. Away from this region the wind speed gradually decreases. After the cyclone the wind speed will be gradually decreases, and the formation of cyclone is a very complex process, and a model is shown in figure 8.11. Here a model is shown here. Here in the center eye will be there. It is in a calm area. After the it will be from the ground level to upper side, it will be 10 to 15 kilometer in the height. The diameter of the eye will be 10 to 30 kilometer, and from the eye it will be 150 kilometer. Huge cloud region will be there. And high speed winds about 150 to 250 kilometer per hour. Now see, before cloud formation, water takes up heat from the atmosphere to change into vapor. We are aware about that. When cloud will be formed, when water will be heated up and it changes into the vapor. When it goes upside, when it goes with the air in the upside, that time it will be converted into the cloud. When water vapor changes back to liquid form as a raindrops, this heat is related to the atmosphere. Released to the atmosphere. I already mentioned that when water vapors when water will be converted into the water vapor, that time heat is required. And when water vapor changes into the again back into the liquid as a form of raindrops, that time heat is released in the atmosphere. And the heat released to the atmosphere warms air around, and the air tends to rise and causes a drop in a pressure. And more air rushes to the center of the storm, and this cycle is repeated. The chain of the events ends with a formation of very low pressure system and very high speed winds revolving around it. Here in the middle of the thunderstorm, middle of the cyclone, it has a low pressure system. And revolve around it. High speed winds will be revolving around it. It is a weather condition that we call cyclone. Factors like wind speed, wind direction, temperature and humidity contribute to develop cyclones. contribute to develop cyclones. And the factors which is impact, which has an impact and which has contribution to prepare to develop the cyclone, these are wind speed, wind direction, temperature and humidity. Temperature and humidity that contributes to develop the cyclone. Here in the figure 8.11, formation of a cyclone as shown. Figure 8.12, the image of the eye of a cyclone. Here it is mentioned spot black spot is mentioned there middle. Rising water caused by a cyclone. Rising water caused by a cyclone. Now here the next part, destruction caused by cyclone. Destruction caused by cyclone. Cyclones can be very destructive. Strong winds push water towards the shore even if the storm is hundreds of kilometers away. Cyclone is a very destructive natural disaster. And strong winds, because of the strong winds, push water towards the shore. किनाऱ्याकडे. Shore, even if the storm is 100 kilometers away, because of the heavy wind speed, that heavy wind speeds push the water towards the shore and hundreds of kilometers when the storm hundreds of kilometers away from the shore. These are the first indication of an approaching cyclone. When in the coastal areas, when the heavy wind speed will be occur and it pushes the water towards the shore, that time it is an indication of the approaching cyclone. The water waves produced by the wind are so powerful that a person cannot overcome them. And the water waves that is produced by the wind and that are so powerful, and in that suppose any person will be stuck, that person will not be overcome from that situation. The person will not be defeat that water waves or beat that water waves. Maybe that person will be died. The low pressure in the eye lifts water surface in a center. Lifts water surface in the center. I already told that in the middle, when eye will be there, low pressure will be there, and outside high wind speed will be there. High speed winds revolving around it. And the low pressure in the eye lifts water surface in a center, and the rising water may be as high as 3 to 12 meters. As high 3 to 12 meters. That is shown in figure 8.13, and it appears like water wall moving towards the shore. And when these rising water may be high as in 3 to 12 meters, which is shown in figure 8.13, and it appears like water wall. It appears like water wall moving towards the shore. पाण्याची मोठीशी भिंत ही समुद्र किनाऱ्याकडे येते असं वाटतं. As a result, sea water enters the low-lying coastal areas, causing severe loss of life and property. It also reduces the fertility of the soil. And when this seawater will be enters in the low-lying coastal areas, that time it causes a severe loss of life and property. Severe loss of life, livestock also, many more animals also died in this natural disasters. And it also reduces the fertility of the soil. We are aware about that, how it will be, because seawater, it contains more minerals, and it is in a salty water, and because of that it reduces the fertility of the soil. Continuous heavy rainfall may further worsen the flood situation. We already discussed in the last period. Continuous heavy rainfall, it will be further flood situation will be occur. High speed winds accompanying a cyclone can damage houses. Damage houses. High speed winds accompanying with the cyclone that damage the houses, telephones and other communication systems, trees, etc., and causing tremendous loss of life and property. When cyclone with the heavy wind speed will be there, that time it will be damage to the house, is damage to the telephone and other communication systems, it damage to the trees, many trees will be fallen down, and it causes tremendous loss of life and property. Because of heavy wind speed, maybe many persons, many animals will be lost their life in this natural disaster, and properties also because of heavy wind speed, many more materials, many more economical loss will be happen in that cyclone situation. A cyclone is known by a different names in a parts of the world. In different name in the parts of the world, it is a it is called a hurricane in the American continent, and in Philippines and Japan it is called typhoon. It is called typhoon. This cyclone in different areas, different names are there for that particular cyclones. And in cyclone in American continent it is called as a hurricane, and in the Philippines, in Japan it is called as a typhoon. Today up to this we will cover, remaining part we will see in the next period.